Hello， 大家好，我係伊凡，歡迎大家收睇由 juwai.asia 主持嘅澳洲悉尼房產線上講座。咁其實咧，好耐冇見大家啦。咁自從其實即係疫情咧，我相信大家其實而家都喺屋企，即係都要照顧下，即係多啲照顧自己啦。咁其實大家都要 stay safe 係啦。咁其實咧，即係講開，其實即係其實呢幾個月啦，其實我哋都見到有好多即係香港嘅朋友，其實都嚟揾我哋咧，都係問關於即係好多海外嘅房產。咁其實咧，澳洲咧都係其實都其中一個非常之熱門嘅國家啦。咁其實我哋其實之前咧，如果大家都有收睇我哋嘅即係居外嘅直播房產嘅直播啦，咁啊其實咧就都有我哋都會介紹唔同嘅即係城市啊，即係 Sydney 啊、Melbourne 啊、Perth 啊、Adelaide 嘅 Brisbane 都有啊。咁其實今日咧，其實我哋都想同大家即係都揾到一個新嘅即係 Sydney 另外一個新嘅區啦，想同大家去講下。咁其實如果有去開 Sydney 或者可能有親朋戚友喺 Sydney 嘅話咧，其實呢一個區咧，其實一啲咧都唔會話即係好陌生啦。其實就係 Hurstville。咁其實 Hurstville 咧，其實咧就係喺即係喺 Sydney 嘅南邊啦。咁啊，其實咧可能好多朋友可能如果都係揾 Sydney 嘅即係樓嘅話咧，其實可能都會比較揾得多，可能係即係北邊嗰啲。咁啊，其實咧，其實我都即係都發現，其實即係大家即係都有留意開即係澳洲嘅即係房地產市場嘅話咧，其實呢幾年咧，其實佢哋嗰個咧樓價咧都升得都幾勁。咁其實咧，可能即係大家可能會諗下啊，其實Sydney 仲有冇一啲即係比較即係又即係又價錢又經濟啲啦，又可能都可以考慮下啦。而咧地點又方便啦，又近交通咧，又近翻工啦，即係小朋友又可以又近翻學啦。咁其實咧，我哋其實都即係今日都想同大家介紹下咧 Hurstville 呢個區咧，其實亦都可以大家都可以考慮下。咁所以其實我哋今日咧都邀請咗咧喺即係而家即係我即係當然線上啦。咁啊，其實就喺澳洲Sydney 呢邊咧，其實都邀請咗我哋嘉賓上嚟，同我哋講下其實而家 Sydney 而家嗰個即係房地產嗰個市場個趨勢啦。咁啊，同埋就係我哋想今日講嗰個 Hurstville 啦，係啦。咁啊，其實我哋事不宜遲，咁啊，其實我哋咧即係都會邀請我哋嘉賓上嚟同我哋傾啦。咁其實我今日我想即係大家即係 share 俾大家嘅嗰個資訊咧，都係對大家做嗰個即係參考啦。咁其實咧，如果即係我都知道，其實有好多即係大家可能係移民啦，或者可能係投資嘅即係投資方面嘅話咧，其實咧都有唔同嘅即係個人嘅即係個人嗰個requirement 啊，或者可能要求。咁其實咧，都會建議翻大家咧，如果即係有啲咩問題咧，可以揾翻專業人士去問啦，或者其實大家如果有啲咩問題嘅話咧，亦都可以揾翻我哋咧即係留言翻我哋嘅即係而家呢個直播室嗰個 comment box 啦。咁我哋一陣嘉賓同大家解釋翻啦。咁啊，另外亦都可以咧就去關注我哋 juwai.asia Hong Kong 啦。咁啊inbox 留言俾我哋。咁其實我哋亦都會有同事咧，又會聯絡翻你哋，可能解釋翻即係解答翻大家嗰個問題咯。希望大家多多支持。咁啊，事不宜遲啦。咁我哋咧就介紹我哋今日嘉賓出嚟先啦。係，好先 ，OK。係 ，How Cherry？Hi Cherry。
Hi。
Hi。Cherry 咧，其實咧就係我哋而家咧喺 Sydney 嗰邊咧，就即係我哋即係而家喺 Sydney 嗰邊即係現場即係訪問佢嘅。咁其實 Cherry 咧，其實咧就係澳洲 Sydney 其中一個咧都好出名嘅，即係個發展商啦，咁就叫 TQM 啦。咁其實佢咧就即係都即係好熟悉 Sydney 佢嗰個成個嗰個而家成個房地產嗰個市場啊。咁所以其實咧都希望可以即係透過即係今日訪問阿 Cherry 啦，希望可以即係了解多少少啊。咁我同阿 Cherry say hello 先。Hi Cherry, would you like to say hello to our Hong Kong audience?
Yeah, excuse me. Hi everyone, nice to meet you here.
Hi. Okay, so actually, I just during the opening, and I just mentioned to the Hong Kong audience that the Australian the property price is increasing a lot in the past few months, even in the past few years. And would you like to get us some updates about the current property market in Sydney?
Yeah, sure. Firstly, you're right. Recently, especially last quarter, Australian property market goes up a lot. Firstly, I want to talk about the current Australian property market and to let everyone have a better understanding what's going on Australian market here. So the realestate.com or the CoreLogic's national this website, which is we usually use for whatever for agents or for Australian ordinary people. Number one, new listing in capitals, especially big cities like Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Adelaide. So surged 55.6% month on month in January 2022, coming out of the end of the year break, and were 15.9% higher in January 2021, which is a very good result, and it shows Australian market is very active. Secondly is CoreLogic's national measure of housing values rose by 1.1% in January, up to 10 basis points from December result, when the national index was up 1% only. So I insert the month-on-month change in national dwelling value index there, so everyone can see. It's from CoreLogic website as well. Basically, it says housing stock is thinly traded during January, so it will be more important to monitor the trend as transaction activity picks up to say if this is softening trend persist into the first quarter of 2022. The early indication is that housing market are starting this year with a similar trend to what we saw through last year. Value are still boardingly rising, but nowhere near as far as we were in early 2021. So that's the first part for the national market.
係咁，其實咧啱啱嘅 Cherry 咧，其實就即係喺呢個 slide 咧，其實就係即係佢都即係做啲功課啦。咁其實咧，其實佢都搜集資料就係話，其實喺尤其是喺即係2022年嘅1月啦。咁其實佢嗰個即係新嘅樓盤喺 Sydney 裏邊咧，其實咧就即係上升咗好多，即係相比起2021年嘅1月啦。咁啊同埋咧，其實喺佢嗰個即係依我都睇到啦。其實佢即係佢個供應量係好多，咁但係其實亦都即係令到成個嗰個即係當地嗰個房地產市場咧係非常之活躍。咁啊同埋其實咧，亦都我哋都會見到咧，其實佢嗰個樓價都升得好緊要。咁所以其實大家都可能會諗下就係，其實究竟嗰個升其實咁，因為其實大家可能會即係去 Sydney 去考慮買樓嗰時就會諗下究竟係買 apartment 啦定係買 house 啊。咁啊，但係其實咧我哋都發覺 house 嗰個價值其實都即係買 house 都貴咗好多。咁其實不如我哋繼續聽下阿 Cherry 點講啦。Cherry, yes, your turn please. Yeah.
Okay, so that was national property market in Australia. Now I would like to share with you the current Sydney property market. So Sydney has a very busy start to this year as well, with new listing more than double what they were in December. New listings in Sydney surged 101.5% month on month, for the most active January in the city since 2018, with the new listing up 18.7% year on year. Secondly, houses are still recording a faster growth trend in relative to units, although the performance gap has narrowed somehow over the past 6 months. The slowing value appreciation is being led by the more expensive end of the market, where at the peak of the growth cycle, housing values were rising at 12% per quarter, which has slowed to more sustainable 1.7% over 3 months ending January.
係咁啊咧，其實啱啱都講咗啦，其實就係佢嗰個即係尤其是喺即係 Sydney 呢個區裏面啦。咁其實咧，即係新供應嘅樓嗰個項目咧，其實咧係比舊年咧係升咗好多。咁其實咧，即係數字嗰啲，可能大家即係可能都即係數字，大家就可能喺個 slide 度都會睇到啦。咁但係其實咧，即係雖然佢即係頭先都有講，其實究竟買即係 apartment 同 house 嗰個比較就係，我哋其實發覺咧，即係出嚟都喺嗰個都資料搜集就係 house 咧，其實佢係一個比較即係開頭係升得好快。咁可能因為始終嗰個即係需求比較大啦，咁可能即係大家去買嗰個即係 house 啦。咁啊，但係後尾其實佢都即係開始收窄翻啦嗰個升幅。咁但係點解咧？係因為可能即係你即係需求高嘅話咧，其實佢價錢亦都會即係所謂嘅搶貴咗啦。咁所以到最後佢嗰個升幅就開始收窄。咁但係都係升嘅，係啦。咁啊至於嗰個而家去到 去到 Sydney 嗰度，即係大家話咁其實 house 嘅傾到幾貴咧，其實咁其實而家咧 house 嗰度咧，其實都睇到個資料咧，就係話去到嗰個即係中位數啊，其實已經去到咧即係澳紙咧140萬。咁其實咧就即係其實基本上就即係升得仲即係佢嗰個價中位數比較高啦。其實140萬咁，其實大概可能都要600幾萬或以上喎咁。咁所以咧，其實呢一個即係大家可能做一個參考啦，因為大家可能都會諗下，究竟買邊樣好咧，或者邊樣究竟而家嗰個即係價錢係點咧？希望做比較參考咧，係啦。OK，thank you, Cherry.
Yeah. Okay. So the next point is Sydney housing values were 0.6% higher in January, up from the $0.3 raising recorded in December, making January the third month in a row where housing values have increased by less than 1% month on month. I have there's a picture you can see changing in dwelling values, median values. I'll go back once I finish the last point. I will go back to explain a little bit more about this point.
係啦，咁其實啱都即係都會再即係阿 Cherry 都同我哋講咗啦，就頭先咪話嗰個即係中位數嘅升幅比較大啲啦，係啦。OK。So actually, I just from information on the slides is that the houses like the medium price for the house value itself is to Australian dollar 1.4 million. So which means that the increasing rate for the house is much higher than the increasing rate for the units apartments.
Correct. That's what's happening recently. So yes, houses prices goes up a lot than more than units. So the median house value is circa 1.4 million now, with house values continue to rise faster than unit values. The difference between the national median house and unit value reached a new record high of 28.3% in January. It's not a bad thing. So that's what I want to say is houses value goes up more than the unit. So, but it shows if you are investor, it shows the unit is a good time to invest as well. You get a higher rent, but it's a good time to buy the unit because the apartment's price right now is still stay low compared house. So it's a good time to buy apartment rather than the house, and you will get good rental return for the units as well.
Okay, so which means that if you're an investor, so you're looking for a higher rental return. So this is a good time to like invest in the house as well as the unit. So there's a good or bad things. Actually, it's both have a bad good things. Like okay, the housing price is getting higher. So which means that you can get the higher rental return. And because of this trend is to motivate the whole entire the property market in Sydney. So that's why if you invest in the apartment as well, maybe you have a lower budget. So this also have a good investment return, right?
If you buy a house because the house you say ordinary house, it depends on location. That's why the price is different, right? So if you want to invest a house, you won't get a good rental return compare the money you spend on purchasing a house. So it's a good time for you to purchase an apartment because if a 3-bed apartment, you can brand new, for example, in our project in Hurstville, you can lease like 850-ish, and then you spend 1.2 million. So it's not too bad compare a house, you have to pay 2 million, 2.5 million. And you get, if you're lucky, the house condition is old and you're not going to get 850, you probably get 600. But if more, then you have to spend more money to renovate. So you will invest more money, you're not getting good rental return.
哦，I see，OK。其實頭先咧我就問阿 Cherry，我話其實即係你話 house 嗰個價錢升得咁勁啦，咁其實咧會唔會就係話首先有兩樣嘢啦，即係帶動咗成個嗰個即係房地產市場啦，同埋亦都會唔會話即係我而家亦都係一個好嘅即係時機去投資一個 house，因為可以有啲即係比較高啲嘅即係租金回報。咁其實阿 Cherry 就話其實都要睇兩樣嘢嘅。首先第一咧就係如果你買間 house 嘅話咧，其實首先你嗰個價值就會高啲啦，同埋其實都係好睇咧佢嗰個即係嗰個 house 裏邊嗰個 location 同埋佢裏邊自己嗰個即係嗰個即係個 house 本身嗰個裏邊嗰個環境啊，即係新唔新正啊，或者夠唔夠？咁啊，如果其實佢話如果你一個禮拜如果 let's say 可以租到850蚊嘅話，咁但係如果你裏邊嗰個間屋咧係即係嗰個維修可能比較即係舊少少咧，咁其實就唔會值咁高啦。咁所以其實就話，如果真係想去投資或者可能係即係諗住要一個高少少嘅回報咧，其實 apartment 咧，即係 invest in apartment 咧，即係可能係會比較即係達到你想要嘅嘢。因為首先通常而家即係 apartment 通常都係新啦，即係亦都通常都係大家可能海外投資者或者可能海外買家嘅話咧，其實一定係要買第一手，即係買新樓。咁啊新樓咁佢出產一定係新㗎啦。咁啊即係你放租出去咧，咁其實你睇翻 location 啦。咁其實咧放咗出去咧，亦都係即係都嗰個租金回報咧就會比較即係理想少少啦，係啦。OK，So heard you mention about the location itself. Actually, location is very important for both like no matter our Hong Kong audience is migrate to Australia or actually our Hong Kong audience is an investor in the Australian market. And the location, actually, we know that normally people are looking for North Sydney area. But actually for now we know that the prices in North Sydney area is quite expensive or maybe over budget. So maybe maybe have a new alternative for our Hong Kong audience that maybe we consider other area like the western side or the southwest side or the southern side of the Sydney. Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I understand people, especially Hong Kong people, people from China, they're looking for a place in North Sydney in last decades. But the thing is, because of schools, right? But the thing is, there are so many other areas that is good to buy whatever self-living or investment. As a developer, we have projects across the states. We have different projects in different suburbs. But I would like to recommend in Hurstville suburb, especially. Why? Because we did a lot of research according to realestate.com or CoreLogic website. It shows actually Sydney South suburbs like Hurstville, Sutherland, very active, like buyers are searching in Sydney's southwest, like 28.8% month on month, and Sutherland like 27.9% month on month. So the biggest increase in new listings in last year, the end of last year as well. So the wave of new listings helped lift the total stock of properties available for sale in Sydney by 12.3% month on month to their highest level in over 2 years. I think people start to realize, for example, North Sydney, the property's price is just too high. Even you buy, you want to live there, it's like just the mortgage is too much for some like major people, like most of people feel like is struggling. And for investment, if you buy, two better, if you want to invest, you're not going to get the rental return you want. You're not going to cover your bills. So suburb like Hurstville or southwest like Sutherland is very good location for people to buy whatever investment or self-living, and people realize that as well. It shows from the data. For example, our project in Hurstville named Lotus, we have 126 apartments and location is very good. So Mark is going to have a detailed discussion with everyone in the minute.
係，咁其實啱啱咧，阿 Cherry 咧，其實即係頭先我問阿 Cherry 就係話，其實North Sydney 其實一直咧都即係喺過去咁多年咧，都係好受到即係大家歡迎啦。咁啊，其實咧好多都即係都咁講，越嚟越貴啦，即係都未必即係覺得可能即係覺得無論即係去做按揭啊，或者可能係即係去買嘅話，覺得好似越嚟越貴，都好似即係會唔會有其他考慮啊，其他區嘅考慮？咁其實 Cherry 都話其實而家的確上啦。好多即係可能即係都話其實都會考慮翻咧，其實就可能喺 Sydney 嘅西邊啦，或者 Sydney 嘅南邊啦、西南邊啦，咁可能就係 Hurstville 或者係 Sutherland。咁其實咧，或者大家都之前都有睇我哋嘅即係直播都知道咧，其實 Sydney 咧即係都會同大家講過，就係 Sydney 嘅西邊其實亦都係有一啲即係有個新嘅機場會起緊啦。咁所以其實咧喺呢個 Sydney 市中心嘅圍邊啦，即係西邊啊、南邊啊嗰啲咧，其實亦都係開始即係都係發展緊啦，同埋其實佢嗰個即係城市規劃咧都係做得幾好。咁佢哋啱啱而家其實嗰個價錢咧，相對嚟講咧就比 North Sydney 嗰邊咧就低少少。咁其實亦都有話就話即係 North Sydney 佢嘅貴啦。其實咧，如果你係買 apartment，其實有除咗你個按揭好可能好貴啊，唔知申唔申請到。其實另一個問題咧就係佢嗰個即係嗰個管理費，即係個 strata。咁其實啱啱我哋都見到嘅，即係直播朋友都話係啊，其實 apartment 嗰個 strata fee 其實好貴，其實係冇即係其實有啲，因為始終你要管理啊嘛，即係其實你好似即係好似香港屋苑咁，其實你即係都要有管理費，都需要去俾翻。咁所以其實如果你嗰個即係佢嗰個本身個價錢係貴啦，咁你又要按揭啦，咁你嗰個物業價錢高嘅話，咁其實你又要再俾個 strata 嘅話，咁其實你嗰個就算你放租出去，咁你嗰個租金減翻你嘅即係個 fixed cost 啊，即係你 strata 啊，你嗰個 cost 啊，咁其實咧你嗰個 return 其實就會拉窄咗好多。咁所以其實如果去買一啲可能而家啱啱即係比較即係開始可能即係南邊啊西邊嗰啲啦，咁其實咧佢嗰個即係物業價錢其實就會低少少。咁其實相比起嚟，佢嗰個 strata 又會低啲。咁但係其實你租出去，因為如果你嗰個 location 係好嘅話咧，其實近 CBD 嗰其實你嗰個租金咧亦都唔會，亦都係有翻去翻咁上下一個水平啦。即係都咁都可以去到幾好嘅水平嘅話，其實佢減翻落嚟，其實嗰個 next 嗰個咧嗰個 rental return 咧，其實亦都係可以即係都唔錯。其實大家都可以諗下咯，係啦，OK。係啦，咁其實咧今日咧就同大家即係邀請我嘉賓上嚟咧，就 Cherry 啦。其實咧就係即係澳洲佢當地一個都即係好都比較其中一個好出名嘅即係地產發展商就係 TQM 啦。咁啊其實咧其實 Cherry 其實你都有即係邀請另一位同事上嚟啦。咁其實咧就係佢就係阿 Mark。咁阿 Mark 咧其實就係 TQM 嘅項目嘅總監啦。咁啊或者咧其實我就介紹阿 Mark 出嚟，咁希望可以介紹下其實即係 TQM 呢個公司其實係咩啦？Okay, thank you, Cherry, and we talk later for.
Yes, sure, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, 係啦。咁我唔該晒 Cherry 先啦。咁其實我哋就請阿 Mark 上嚟啦。係啦。Okay. Hi, Mark. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, good. Mark 咧其實就係 TQM 嘅 Development Director， 就係佢嗰個項目發展嗰個總監啊。咁其實今日就會同我哋去講下，因為頭先我哋咧就講咗話啊，其實喺 Sydney 好多個項目啊、project 啊，其實咧都可以考慮啦。咁大家可能揾下啊，其實多 Sydney 好貴啊，咁會唔會有其他嘅選擇啊？其實當然係有嘅。咁所以其實就請阿 Mark 上嚟同我哋去即係去介紹下啦，係啊。Yeah, thank you, Mark, for joining our live streaming today. And I just just mentioned to Hong Kong audience that like people looking for like Sydney property for so long, and but they found that especially in the North Sydney area, the property price is getting more expensive, and they are if they are investor, they the rental return they're looking for is a narrow down, and so it's like looking less and less. So why don't we consider a new area just like the western side of Sydney or the southwest side of Sydney? Because we know that the west side of Sydney has an airport, is a new airport is building up, and the southern side of Sydney actually is a kind of like good location. Actually, it's near to the Sydney CBD area. So actually, it's really really like kind of a good location, a good area for them to consider, no matter is an investor or if they want to migrate to Australia. Yeah. Yeah. But firstly, would you like to say hello to introduce yourself to our Hong Kong audience first? Yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mark. I am Development Director at TQM Design and Construct. TQM is a family-owned business. It's owned by myself and my brother. It's been in the family for well over 22 years. We have over 200 employees, and we have two arms to our company. We are developers and property investors, but at the same time, which also makes our property development arm very strong, is we are a specialized building contracting company. So we have internal engineers and well over 200 staff where we build our own residential buildings. We specialize in residential, but we also build for other clients, other developers as well. And the reason why that is relevant is because it shows that we specialize in building, and building quality is very important in Sydney. It's very important to the purchasers. It increases a good quality building is good for the long-term value of the asset. It makes the asset more valuable over time because it holds the test of time. Because we've been around for a long time, 22 years is a very long time in the construction industry in Australia. I mean, we've survived many financial crisis events. We went through the Asian currency crisis, early 2000. There was the GFC in 2008, and most recently COVID. COVID was tough for a lot of companies in Australia. So the fact that we have survived so long is a sign of our strong financial position, our balance sheet. Now, again, that's very important to a purchaser because you don't want a builder or a developer to build something, hand it over to the new owners, and then they disappear. Who's going to look after them?
Exactly.
So that is very, very important, and the history of the company is very important. TQM has well over, and its companies owns and operates well over $500 million in assets, and that's continually growing. We sell a lot of the assets, for example, Lotus in Hurstville and Ventura, but we also keep a lot of assets as well. Now, that just shows that the kind of confidence we have in our own product.
Yep.
And that's a good sign also for a purchaser. The company is established. It'll be around forever. We have internal engineering teams, which, because they're in an internal engineering team, they can really assist in producing a quality product, a quality asset. We'll go through some of our projects and you will see that they are unique. Yep. We build so they can last long term. They look good today. When they're finished, they'll look good in 5 years, they'll look good in 20 years. That's our priority, and that's very important here in Australia.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
And
thank you, Mark. Yeah, let me translate the highlight points in Cantonese to our Hong Kong audience. 其實咧，首先咧，啱啱 Mark 咧就好詳細同我哋介紹咗咧，即係 TQM 咧佢成個嘅 history 啦，咁同埋其實佢哋嗰個 vision 啦，同埋佢哋嗰個 passion。咁其實首先咧 TQM 咧其實咧就本身佢係以即係佢係一個即係發展嗰個即係起樓起家嘅。咁喺1999年開始啦，咁啊其實都即係去到而家大概都已經23年啦。咁其實佢都係近呢幾年咧佢就開始去即係要做埋銷售，咁啊其實佢咧喺澳洲咧唔同嘅省份咧，其實亦都有佢嘅即係項目喺度啦。咁啊其實咧佢頭先都喺度提出咧，就係話其實佢哋即係都經歷過唔少嘅嗰個經濟嗰個即係嗰個難關啦，即係好似2000年嗰個經濟泡沫啦，甚至一直去到而家呢個 Covid， 咁其實大家都係個唔容易嘅時間。咁啊但係其實佢哋咧即係強調啦，其實佢哋公司即係 TQM 咧，其實都係一個即係財政穩健啊，亦都係一個即係好根基好厚嗰個即係發展商。咁啊其實咧就係其實佢都提出過兩點，第一首先就係佢哋即係嗰個即係背景都即係經濟雄厚啦。咁其實點解咧？就係佢首先佢哋係成個喺澳洲咧，其實佢超過咧即係200個員工啊，即係200個 employees 咧喺一個公司裏邊去做嘢啦。另外咧其實佢係有咧5億嘅澳紙嘅 assets 啦。咁其實咧就去支持佢哋繼續去做呢 呢一個嘅項目啊。咁其實因為其實第二點其實佢都話啦，其實即係作為一個買家啦，其實佢係睇長遠嘅。即係如果你即係你買樓嘅即係朋友，其實都係睇長遠啦。另外咧就係其實都唔希望無啦啦買下就即係爛尾啊，講得衰啲。咁所以其實佢哋其實都好明白，即係大家即係買樓嗰個即係買家嗰個心態。咁所以其實佢一直都係好注重，其實就係成個嗰個項目佢嗰個即係佢嗰個背景啦，咁同埋就係佢嗰個設計嗰個 quality， 即係個質素啊。咁你起樓質素其實佢話你如果你係啦去睇長遠嘅話咧，咁其實就係你都唔希望佢無啦啦即係甩下即係爛溶噶嘛。咁所以其實咧佢係喺佢起個過程裏邊咧，即係其實佢係好專，即係佢哋係就好專係去起一啲 residential properties 嘅。咁其實呢啲項目嘅話咧，咁其實就係即係佢好即係好嗰個重視嗰個質素嘅話，就因為貨住啦，即係無論你住又好，或者可能你出租都好，因為其實都牽涉可能你自己嗰個即係 quality of life 啦，或者可能就係你嗰個 rental return。咁其實呢樣都係即係會直接影響到呢兩樣嘢咯。咁所以其實佢都即係都即係希望啊，而家大家即係佢有呢個咁即係公司有呢個咁嘅 vision 啦，同埋有呢個咁嘅理念啦。咁喺呢個咁嘅艱難嘅時間咧，大家亦都可以挺過去嘅。其實就係咁啦。咁其實啱啱咧阿媽頭先都提過啦，我哋都有好多唔同嘅 project 喺唔同嘅即係 states 啊或者 cities 啦。咁其實阿媽嚟緊咧同我哋咧都會去介紹翻即係唔同嘅即係 TQM， 其實佢哋起唔同嘅樓啦。咁希望可以大家做一個即係參考下嘅，係啦。So yeah, thank you, Mark. And know that you're going to introduce us some of the projects from TQM. So the first one would be the St. Luke's Square, right? Okay. So
yes.
Let's us have a project video to everyone first, and invite Mark to introduce further to us. Yeah. Okay. Let me show you guys. 係啦，咁我而家放條片先啦，係啦。咁就係咧St. Luke's Square叫做。Yep. Actually, we just played the project video for the St. Luke's Square, and actually this project is in Burwood. Actually, it's really near to the CBD as well. So would you please Mark to explain furthermore for us? Thank you.
Yes. So St. Luke's Square is located in Burwood, which is only about 15 minutes away from Hurstville. Similar to Hurstville, all our developments are strategically located. So there is a station within walking distance. There is an established shopping centre, and it is strategically located to suit families, investors, students, and is very, very popular for that reason. This particular building is a 32-storey tower. It's got 5-level basements underground. It consists of 60 residential apartments up, but a large portion of the building, there's 111 serviced apartments. So the serviced apartments were retained by our development arm, and they're very successful. There's zero vacancy. That just shows strategic location is very important when you have zero vacancy in your rentals. The residential component, which was sold off from level 16 and up, was very successful. All the units were sold out prior to construction commencement.
Hi, thank you, Mark. 其實呢一個咧，啱啱媽媽同我哋都即係好基本去講緊呢一個項目啦。咁其實咧，首先佢係喺 Burwood，咁啊其實咧 Burwood 其實亦都好近 Hurstville 嘅，咁Hurstville 啦，咁其實15分鐘嘅距離，咁所以其實咧亦都係好近 CBD 啦。咁啊另外佢呢棟都有30幾層樓嘅，咁啊所以其實亦都有提供嘅即係佢嗰個即係住宅項目啦。咁啊佢其實佢已經起好㗎啦，咁其實就喺即係2020年嘅12月已經係完工啦。咁所以其實呢一個咧，即係其實佢亦都係 echo 翻頭先阿媽佢講就係話，佢哋嗰啲項目位置咧，全部都係好即係都係有諗過，即係都係計劃過，即係唔係話會生卡啦嗰啲嘅，通常都係咧知道係即係人哋即係通常即係大家想即係方便大家嗰啲區先會起咯。Yep. So thank you, Mark, for introduce the first project. So the second one is Avante. So let us play the video first then.
Yes.
係啦，咁我哋咧就啱啱就播完第二個 project 啦。咁啊咧，其實即係題外話，佢其實咧都見到好多即係現場觀眾，即係現場直播觀眾都即係都就啱啱都嚟啦。咁其實唔緊要嘅，miss 咗頭嗰 part 唔緊要。其實我哋呢個直播完咗之後咧，亦都係會有個 video 喺翻我哋嗰個 Facebook page 嗰度㗎。咁所以其實咧之後亦都可以再即係重睇翻，亦都唔緊要。歡迎大家嚟睇我哋呢個即係直播啦。咁啊啱啱我哋而家我頭先就睇咗 Burwood 呢個 project， 咁而家我哋去咗烏龍港啦。咁我哋咧就繼續請阿媽同你介紹。Thank you, Mark. And this project actually is a Wollongong. And can you tell us like how long distance between the Wollongong and the Sydney area?
So Wollongong is about 1 hour south of Sydney, 1 hour and 10 minutes sometimes south of Sydney. Now, this project is a very good example of how key fundamental points about the location of the development will never let you down. When we entered this development, a lot of people were a little bit worried, saying it's far away from Sydney. We don't know about Wollongong. But what we saw in this development is its location. It was next to a railway line. It was an established railway line. It was next to a shopping centre. It was only 1 hour south of Sydney, and it was very accessible. So those 3 points became very important for this development, because when we started selling, it made it more and more stronger and popular. And whoever bought in this development now has made a lot of money, because when sentiment was a little bit low because of its distance from Sydney, the fundamental points made it more solid and increased its value. So these points are very important when looking. All our developments have these points coming through, these fundamental points: transport, location, access to shops, access to Sydney.
Yep.
And for that reason, Avante was very successful, sold out. Everybody has increased value who purchased in it, and we have had 3 developments after this one which are valued 30% more than what Avanti is, that are more recent. So that these fundamental points increase the value of these properties.
Thank you, Mark。係啦，咁其實啱啱 Mark 咧同我哋即係介紹咗第二個呢一個嘅 project 叫做 Avanti 啦。咁其實大家就好奇怪啦，烏龍港其實就應該好似即係唔喺 Sydney 好遠嘅喎，係啦，冇錯。咁但係其實佢又唔係好遠。咁其實咧，如果揸車嘅話咧，其實大概即係1個鐘頭零10分鐘，其實就喺 Sydney 就去到 Sydney 啦。咁其實咧烏龍港亦都係 Sydney 嘅南邊啦。咁所以其實大家即係頭先佢都喺度話啦，通常大家都會覺得會唔會即係可能嗰個購買意欲會低啲咧？其實又唔係，因為其實佢已經賣晒啦呢一個。咁其實即係究竟點解咧？其實首先就係其實佢呢個項目咧，其實佢喺個烏龍港咧都係一個嘅即係都係發展咗個地區咧，係側邊全部都係有晒所有配備，即係例如話可能係交通啊、shopping mall 啊，全部都係有晒，都係非常之方便啦。咁同埋其實大家即係如果嗰陣去到外國生活，其實啲人如果你揸車1個鐘頭，其實都唔算話特別遠嘅距離啊，講真。咁所以其實如果有啲人可能就即係可能佢即係要求一個可能即係低啲嘅價錢啊，或者可能係一個寧靜少少嘅生活，可能即係通常就唔想話太過即係市區生活啦。其實烏龍港亦都可以即係都即係亦都係有人去考慮，所以 that's why 就賣晒啦。咁其實佢話啦，咁如果你擺得遠啲，咁其實嗰個房嗰個價值咁點咧？其實亦都唔係，佢都話其實都唔係佢又賣晒啦，而買咗嗰啲 purchaser 咧，其實佢而家嗰個 property value 即係佢嗰個價值已經係上升咗好多。咁所以其實呢個咧都係即係佢哋都係有諗過，都係一個好 strategic 嘅一個嘅即係地點啦，去令到佢去將呢一個項目擺喺烏龍港嗰度咯。Thank you, Mark. So we are going to
just before we go to the next one important thing I should have mentioned was the quality. You can see the quality of the development. You can see the quality of the design. And whoever bought into this building wants to buy in the next building. See, in Sydney, once people find a quality building and a quality development, they want to buy in the next one. And it's very important to note that the quality of this building is also very important in its success, and also the success of the other 3 developments that we have in Wollongong. And it's all precast concrete, the same as what Lotus will be.
Thank you, Mark。所以其實阿媽記得啱啱咧，即係佢都即係補充咗多少少嘢啦。咁其實就係話點解呢一個項目其實係會即係咁成功咧？其實就係佢嗰個 quality， 佢嗰個質素。咁其實咧，當你買咗第一個嘅項目，其實嗰個質素係好嘅話咧，其實你就會繼續買另外一個。咁就係因為佢而家因為佢嗰個即係嗰個質素做得好啦，賣晒啦。咁其實亦都帶起咗其實佢另外其他3個嘅項目都喺烏龍港裏邊都係做得好好嘅成績咯。咁所以其實佢阿媽其實亦都即係再重申一次，其實佢成個 TQM 成個嗰個即係嗰個理念咧，其實就係佢就好注重嗰個即係質素嗰個問題，係啦。Thank you, Mark. So the next one that we are going to show the third project. We'll show the video first. We just showed the video for the third project called Palua. So maybe not which suburb actually is a project in.
So this project is in Balgowlah, which is a suburb on the northern beaches. It's north of the Harbour Bridge. Now, the reason why we featured this out of one of the many projects we've done is we wanted to demonstrate that we're not only high-rise builders. because some people get worried if you do high rise, you don't know how to do luxury. But these apartments sold, some of them well over $4 million, and we build luxury. And we have a division in our company, and where we're able to implement luxury into high-rise buildings. And the reason why we wanted to show this was to show that it's not only high-rise construction. We build 4, 5, sometimes $10 million apartments continually.
Yep. 係啦，咁其實咧呢一個咧，其實點解阿 Mark 佢會 show 俾我哋睇咧？其實首先咧，呢一個嘅 project 其實就係 Northern Bridge， 其實就係佢喺北邊少少嘅。咁其實大家可能有少少發覺唔同嘅就係咧，佢呢個係就得幾層樓嘅啫。咁其實佢呢一個咧，其實以一個佢係即係起咗個 high end 係 luxury 嘅即係比較高端嘅住宅項目啦。咁其實佢都係幾百萬澳紙以上㗎啦。咁其實點解佢會想 show 俾大家睇咧？其實咁就係話其實 TQM 其實唔單止係做即係做 high rise building 啦，其實佢做 luxury 都係會有嘅。咁亦都係即係 echo 翻就係其實佢因為其實 TPM 係好重視 quality 啦，咁所以係無論 high rise building 或者係 luxury project 咧，其實佢哋都係好注重，其實佢哋都係好着重於即係嗰個即係住宅項目裏邊成個嗰個質素啊，成個風格啊，即係無論可能係一般嘅 apartment 或者係一啲嘅豪宅啦，其實佢都係會關注到嘅。Thank you, Mark. Okay, so the last one, the second last one, and we're going to the project that we wanted to focus today. Actually, is the Lotus. So let us to show the video first.
My name is Mark Toke, and I am Development Director at TQM Design and Construct. TQM is a family-owned and operated business that has been constructing in the industry for well over 22 years. Some of these successful projects that TQM have delivered and that are now iconic include Zinc Apartments in Alexandria, Edo Apartments in Woolloomooloo, Avanti in Wollongong and St Luke's Square in Burwood. We are proud to be showcasing our latest development located in the heart of Hurstville, Lotus Residences. This development consists of a collection of 126 well-planned and thought-out luxury apartments in the heart of bustling Hurstville. The apartments in this development are finished with high-end Miele appliances, Parisi tapware and luxury stone and marble bench tops. This development includes barbecue areas for residents, terraces with breathtaking northerly views and Australia's first pet park.
係啦，咁啊，你啱啱我哋就出咧就係 Lotus 啦。咁其實咧，即係 Lotus 其實就係我就頭先就係話，而家 Hurstville 呢個區裏邊咧，就係喺即係 Sydney CBD 嘅南邊啦，即係西南邊啦。咁其實亦都係非常之近㗎。咁所以其實咧，不如我哋啱啱睇完個 video 啦，其實裏邊都好多隕石嘅，即係好高端嘅感覺啊。咁不如我哋將個時間交俾阿 Mark 同我哋去介紹下。Thank you, Mark.
Okay, so there's a few things that I would like to talk about. First, we'll talk about the development itself, finishes and everything else, and then we'll go on to its location and obviously the value of its location. So initially, Lotus in terms of its location is it's in the St George area. Now the St George area is surrounded by beautiful beaches, both direct east, northeast and southeast. So it's only 10 minutes drive to Sydney's famous beaches. The airport is pretty close by. It's on Google, it's 13 minutes drive, but with the new roads they've built, it's probably even quicker now because there's much less traffic because of all the new roads. Hurstville has a very well-established train line. Hurstville is not a new area. It's been around for a long time. It's still even considered inner city. So we're only 10 minutes walk to the train station, and there's express trains that go to the city. Westfield is a shopping centre very close by. It's only an 8-minute walk to Westfield. So in terms of location, it's a fantastic location. If you're going to drive into the city, if you don't want to catch a train, it's only a half an hour drive. And there's a lot of good schools around are established because it's an established area. You've got a lot of established schools, and you've got a lot of established, for example, hospitals. St George Hospital is a very good hospital, well established, quite large, and there's both public and private sections of that hospital.
Thank you, Mark。咁首先咧，其實想講下即係呢一個項目究竟其實佢即係喺嗰個 Hurstville 呢個區裏邊，究竟即係 Hurstville 呢個地點有啲咩特別啦？其實咧，阿 Mark 佢講咧就話其實 Hurstville 咧其實唔係一個新嘅區嚟㗎。Hurstville 咧其實係一個已經係發展非常之成熟嘅區啦。咁啊，其實咧佢係喺 St George area 裏邊，即係 St George 區裏邊。咁其實咧 St George 區裏邊其實有好多即係雖然佢近 CBD，咁但係其實佢亦都有好多嗰啲沙灘喺附近啊。咁即係先環境非常之好啦。咁啊，另外咧就係佢話亦都提供就係話即係我其近 CB 都係，如果你揸車你唔搭火車嘅話咧，其實咧都係揸半個鐘頭出去嘅啫。咁亦都非常之即係近即係上班族啦。咁啊，另外咧就係話如果去機場，因為佢南邊啊嘛，因為其實而家即係 Sydney 個機場咧，即係 Kensington 嗰個咧 Kensington Airport 咧，其實就係喺即係喺個 Hurstville 附近。咁啊，其實咧即係雖然話 Google Map 就話要13分鐘去揸車啦，但係其實因為有新路啊，咁所以其實就快好多嘅。其實而家應該唔使13分鐘㗎啦。咁啊，另外咧 Hurstville 呢一個區咧，其實因為已經發展成熟啦，咁所以其實咧佢呢個咁啊即係社區個 community 咧，其實已經有晒 shopping centre 啊，亦都有晒所有大家即係可能華人鋪位全部都係會有晒啦。咁啊，另外咧就可能大家即係除咗上班之外，可能家庭族啦，即係家庭嘅朋友咧都會關注就係話我小朋友會上翻學啊，或者其實亦都有好好嘅即係好好個 school zone 喺度附近啦，即係有個學校網啦。咁啊，另外可能佢住得個 community 都必不缺少咧，就講即係醫院啦。咁啊，其實咧醫院其實亦都係有即係亦都有好多醫院喺附近，即係個 hospital 都係非常之好啦。咁啊咧即係你話 for 一個 family 啊，或者可能係一個嘅即係即係 working group 嘅話咧，其實你即係其實非常之方便咯。即係首先環境 OK 啦。咁你係好多 beaches 啦，即係好多沙灘喺附近啦。另外其實你又方便去機場喎。咁我覺得香港朋友即係就算即係就算你唔去旅行，你都會翻香港啦，係咪先？有陣時即係 on and off 都好啦。即係除咗疫情之後，咁其實你都會好近嗰個機場啦，非常方便。咁你翻工又方便啦。咁你就算行去火車站都好近啦。咁之後你買嘢都 OK 嘅。咁其實呢一個區其實點解呢一個項目係會擺喺佢決定擺喺 Hurstville 咧，都係一個咁嘅嗰個即係呢個咁嘅原因咯。OK， 咁我哋其實而家我啱啱講完呢個 location 啦，咁我就不如我哋睇下下一頁，就係佢呢個咁嘅項目。其實除咗 location 之外，究竟仲有啲乜嘢 highlight point 咧？Thank you, Mark.
Okay, so Lotus in Hurstville, it consists of 126 apartments in total. What we did at Lotus is we wanted to raise the bar in Hurstville of apartment living. So we didn't want to do what everybody else's did. We wanted to give the buyer more, to make it better value, to make it stand out. So as standard in the apartments, we have the bench tops are premium marble type bench tops. The splashback is all marble type splashbacks. The bathroom has herringbone marble. And then we go to the appliances. We're the only development in Hurstville that is providing Miele appliances. We're the only development in Hurstville where we're providing Italian Parisi tapware, all branded and all with the Parisi warranty, 15-year warranty, and also the Miele warranty. We've provided many rooftop areas throughout the development for the exclusive use of the residents, because in Hurstville, to the north, you have beautiful city views. So we wanted to make the most of those city views. And also what we incorporated, and also we were featured in Australian news for this, is Hurstville has Australia's first exclusive pet park. Not only for dogs, for cats. You can, because everybody owns a pet, a lot of people own a pet in apartments. You want somewhere for those pets to play. And you want spend some time outside with those pets. So we have a pet playground where you can take your pet, they play, you can wash them, you can dry them, and then obviously for the exclusive use for the residents.
Thank you, Mark. 咁其實啱啱阿 Mark 咧，其實啱同我哋講完個 location 啦。其實而家咧就講緊成個嗰個 project 佢嗰個 feature， 即係佢嗰個即係佢裏邊嘅賣點啦，同埋就佢咁嘅特色嘅。咁啊，首先咧，其實亦都首先講下即係呢個項目嘅基本資料先啦，同大家介紹下啦。咁首先咧，呢一個項目咧就係佢名叫做 Lotus Residence 啦。咁啊，其實咧佢咧就係126層即係有12層樓高啦。咁啊有126個嘅即係住宅單位嘅。 咁啊，其實佢咧呢一個咧就係佢係即係佢仲起緊嘅，佢係未起完嘅。咁啊，另外其實佢咧喺嗰個項目裏邊咧，咁佢亦都好即係好講個 quality 即係重視 quality 呢個點啦。咁其實佢首先有幾樣嘢可以帶到出嚟。咁啊，首先咧其實佢就係佢嗰個即係廚房啦，其實佢全部都係用嗰個雲石，即係雲石台嘅。咁頭先我哋個 video 亦都睇到，其實佢嗰個廚房嗰個 view 咧影出嚟咧，其實成個就係一個嘅即係雲石台嗰個 island 啊，嗰個 kitchen 嗰個bench top 啦。咁啊，另外咧，其實佢成屋企裏邊，即係成個嗰個住宅單位都係精裝修。咁佢嗰啲電器咧，全部都係用咧名牌啦、Miele 啦。咁其實亦都係有嗰個保養喺度㗎。咁所以其實咧，佢呢個即係其實佢用即係高質素嘅電器啦，同埋其實佢無論係廚房啊、廁所啊，其實都係用即係一個即係雲石台咧。其實你會見到其實好光猛嘅，即係裏邊咧，因為其實佢亦都有自然光入嚟啦。咁所以其實咧，佢即係裏邊都係一個帶到出嚟一個係比較即係光猛嗰種感覺。咁啊，另外咧，其實佢亦都講咗係一個即係屋頂啦 rooftop 嘅情況啦。咁其實因為其實呢度咧，其實呢個項目係有12層樓高，咁所以其實咧去到 rooftop 其實特登咧上面好多嗰啲即係公共嘅即係地方咧，可以俾大家咧上去即係去休閒啦，即係要休閒區啦。咁其實咧佢喺透過喺嗰個屋頂上面亦都可以望到成個 city view，因為其實咧頭先都講 Hurstville 咧其實非常之近Sydney CBD 啊。咁所以其實咧喺個 rooftop 上面，即係喺個屋頂上面咧，其實亦都可以飽覽晒成個即係成個嗰個即係城市嗰個景啊。咁啊咧，另外咧就如果佢帶多個即係就係話其實第一個嘅即係悉尼第一個嘅即係寵物公園啊，咁去到附近啦。咁其實咧即係其實亦都係即係。你諗下，即係其實佢方便得嚟咧，亦都係有即係公園啊，亦都可以貨你去養寵物啊，亦都係附近其實嗰個環境係可以，即係都唔錯，即係咩都有啲咯。其實係，所以其實佢係即係其實到最後佢帶到就係話，其實佢唔單止係想即係佢要 beyond the standard， 即係其實佢係要俾即係除咗係就咁起棟樓出嚟，其實亦都係俾到透過唔同嘅設施係帶到大家，即係帶到多啲嘢俾大家咯。其實係。Yep, thank you, Mark. So after like introducing like the locations, the features of the project, so maybe you know like actually we know that actually the project is not completed. So maybe we know that when will the project will complete? Yeah.
So the project is scheduled to be complete in about 17 months from now. We are in the excavation stage. We are digging down. And it will be it's programmed to be finished in about 17 months.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
In terms of our next point will be its pricing and where it sits in the market in terms of pricing. You were talking earlier to Sherry about house price versus apartment price.
Yep.
And that's a very important point. Yes, there is a very large gap between the house and the apartment, but there's a couple of reasons for that. The house prices increased. Australia is a very strong market. The house price increased more than apartments for a number of reasons. One of the main reasons was COVID. People wanted more room to be locked down in a house than an apartment. However, if you look at past trends, the gap between a house and an apartment has never been so large. And naturally, what will happen is that gap will close. But house prices won't come down. They never come down in Australia. The apartment price goes up to close that gap. So we're at a very, very, very unique point in the market now where, in our opinion, if whoever buys will get the benefit of that growth, of that gap closing. So it's a very important point, and we do tell a lot of our purchasers. And you'll see in the next 2 years that gap close, which we've already started to see the price of apartments increase in Greater Sydney for that gap to close, because affordability is a big issue in Australia. People can't afford to pay that much money for a house, so then they will start buying an apartment to live, and that drives that increase in price and closing in gap.
OK，thank you Mark。咁其實咧，啱啱我都問咗阿 Mark 咧，其實就係佢呢一個項目啦。咁其實究竟幾時幾時 complete 啊？咁其實咧就係佢話由今日開始去到17個月之後，咁大概預計咧就係2023年嘅年中就會起完啦。咁啊，其實咧即係都解答翻我哋頭先一個嘅即係現場觀眾喺度問啊幾時起完啊咁所以就係即係都回答翻2023年嘅年中。咁其實阿媽亦都提出另外一個位，就係因為我哋頭先喺個直播嘅開始咧，就喺度比較緊，其實首先買屋定係買 apartment 同埋佢哋個價值，因為嗰個屋咧個 house 嘅價值升得好勁啦。咁其實大家就會話咁其實會唔會係屋值錢啲定係 apartment 咧？咁其實佢阿媽亦都提出咗兩點嘅。首先第一就係冇錯 ，house 嗰個價值咧其實係升得好，即係而家係升得好勁。咁係有原因啦。首先而家就係嗰個即係疫情嘅關係啦。咁大家都希望咧想多啲嘅空間啦。咁所以要帶起咗成個即係嗰個 house 嗰個價值。但係其實亦都唔好忽視於嗰個apartment 佢嗰個價值，因為其實係你 house 咧佢唔會跌嘅，通常 house 只會繼續升啦。咁其實你越嚟越買唔到噶啦。唯有大家咧就去買 apartment 啦。當大家咧又去湧去買 apartment 嗰時咧，其實佢咧嗰個需求大咗啦。其實佢嗰個 apartment 嘅價值咧，其實亦都係會追得上個 house 嗰個價值。所以其實媽想帶出嘅意思就係，如果而家你去買，其實你將來係會其實你而家可能呢個價值啦，但係其實你即係 in the future 你將來嗰個價值係會追得上，你會收窄咗嗰個即係 house 嗰個價值同你 apartment 價值就會收窄咗啦。收窄咗，其實你就即係等於你買 apartment 嗰個價值係升值咯。就係咁嘅意思，係啦。同埋咧，我哋而家我哋嗰個即係熒光幕都都 show 到俾大家睇咧，就係咧Lotus Residence 佢Residence 咧，佢而家嗰個售價咧，個 pricing 係幾多啦？其實咧就其實提供咗由 studio 起啦，其實咧 studio 啦，由去到1房、2房、3房，就係而家呢個價錢啦。另外咧，佢嗰個即係頭先都喺度，我 keep 住都喺度講話個 rental return 啦。rental return 咧，其實而家咧1房、2房、3房咧，其實以澳紙，因為澳洲咧如果收租嘅話，即係無論交租收租咧，都係逐個禮拜計噶嘛。所以其實亦都即係有一個嘅即係參考嗰個 reference 嗰個 rental return 俾大家睇到啦。另外下面啦，其實咧亦都大家都會問啦，既然住得 apartment 咁，即係有 strata 啦。strata 咁其實究竟即係幾多錢㗎？其實咧 strata 咧澳洲咧，其實我相信可能有啲朋友都知啦。其實咧 strata 咧就係以每一季，即係每個 quarter 去計嘅。每一季嘅話，其實咧就係即係佢跟唔同嘅 studio 啊 ，1 bed、2 bed、3 bed， 其實亦都係非常之好啦。其實都會即係俾個參考數值我哋，就係話佢唔同嘅戶型，其實究竟佢嗰個 strata 究竟幾多？咁當然啦，你個 area 越大，即係對 big area， 所以對 more strata you have to pay 啦。所以就係會咁嘅意思咯。即係其實都好似香港你香港差餉啊，你嗰啲其實你管理費其實都係計你屋企嗰個尺數噶嘛。所以呢一個咧，其實就係即係俾大家做個參考啦。我哋其實咧，如果大家即係如果有啲咩其他嘅問題咧，亦都歡迎咧，其實喺我哋嘅 comment box 度留言啦。另外咧，我哋亦都擺咗 TQM 同埋 Cherry 佢嗰個 contact 咧喺我哋個 comment box 嗰度。其實咧，佢個電話啦同埋個 email，如果有啲咩其他嘅問題咧，亦都可以去聯絡翻阿 Cherry 咯。其實咧，今日咧我哋OK。Okay. Yeah. Hi, Mark. Actually, we have question from our audience right now.
Yes.
And asking, cause we just go through the pricing, rental return, and strata to the audience. And this audience is like asking, what's the council rate and the water charges estimate? Yeah.
Typically, in an apartment, the water charge is about $100 per quarter, so every 3 months, roughly about $100.
Yeah.
Council rates in an apartment in Hurstville are not very expensive, and they're at about per year under $1,000 per year.
OK，I see，yeah， thank you。其實啱啱咧就其實有現場觀眾咧就喺度問啦，除咗管理費 strata 之外，其實佢嗰個即係個 council 啊點計啊，同埋嗰個水費係點計？首先水費咧都係以3個月即係每季嘅，其實咧都係100蚊澳紙樓下。係啦，至於 council 咧就係每一年咁去計嘅，每一年佢都話平，即係唔係話特別貴啦，都係咧澳紙嘅1000蚊樓下嘅啫。所以其實大家做個參考價值，因為始終即係你 council rate 其實你唔同嘅區就唔同計法啦，所以咧就呢個就俾大家做個參考啦。係啦，OK。OK。 So we have another question from the live audience is about the Lotus itself, and he's asking the Lotus project is looking very good, but can you like provide some like site progress, foundation cause maybe the foundation is not yet start, so do you guys guarantee to complete within 17 months from nothing?
Yes, the only thing that will affect the program is weather. As you know, it's been raining well, it's not raining now, but it's been raining for the last month in Sydney, and we weren't able to excavate in the last month because of the severe weather we've had here.
Yeah, because I believe the audience is quite worried about the current COVID situation, so maybe affect the progress for the building, for the construction. Yeah.
No, the good news is Sydney has the COVID impact has passed from Sydney. Sydney is recovering from COVID, so COVID has no significant impact in Sydney at the moment anymore.
Yep. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because the Hong Kong situation is quite serious right now, so maybe
Hong Kong is
the audience. Yes.
Japan is still restricted, but we have been reading up on that. But Sydney is the vaccination rate is very high, and restrictions have all but disappeared.
Okay, yeah, thank you, Mark. 其實咧啱啱咧頭先有個現場觀眾咧就問啦，其實咧而家呢一個咧其實未起嘅喎，咁其實咧啱啱阿 Mark 亦都講咗啦，就話17個月之後就會起好，即係2023年嘅年中啦。咁其實咧究竟保唔保證到真係可以喺17個月之後起完咧？咁其實阿 Mark 咧其實佢咧就都好多拍心口都話，其實都係話其實係會係而其實上個月已經開始咗㗎啦，咁係開始開工啦。咁其實咧佢都17個月希望都會預期完成到嘅。咁因為其實咧我相信都係因為可能即係大家會關心就係會唔會喺個 COVID 呢個咁啊影響咗，其實啱啱就話唔會，因為其實 Sydney 就已經開晒關啦。咁其實我即係如果留意開我哋即係juwai.asia 嘅 Facebook page， 其實大家可能都已經有留意咗我哋其實之前公佈開上2個禮拜咧，其實澳洲咧其實就已經係開晒關啦，3月頭2月尾嗰陣時。咁所以咧，其實佢係就 COVID 其實而家係就佢哋係即係恢復緊啦。其實就冇即係其實呢個絕對唔係話對佢哋嗰個即係建築工程成個嗰個 progress 係影響到佢嘅，係啦。咁希望可以解答到即係大家嗰個問題啦。咁另外一個問題都想問下阿 Mark 嘅。Okay, we got another question from the audience. Like, okay, so now as you say that these are like completing the 17 months from now, so we estimated like completed in the like mid 2023. Yep. So when would do the settlement?
The third quarter of 2023. Yes.
Oh, third quarter. Okay, third quarter of 2023. Okay. Yes. So when would be the settlement?
Not long after. I mean, generally speaking, completion and registration of the property are very close. So settlement will be towards the end of the third quarter.
OK， thank you Mark。咁其實另外一個現場觀眾咧就喺度問啦，其實咧就有即係既然話係即係17個月之後先起好啦，咁啊即係其實咧就係會係2023年嘅 Q3 先會有啦。咁其實幾時做咗 settlement 咧？咁就係話其實你就計登記啊嗰啲啦。咁啊其實咧就亦大概咧就會係Q3嘅即係 Q3 尾就會做到 settlement 咯。咁所以其實都希望可以即係解答到現場觀眾呢個問題。咁其實我哋呢個即係我哋如果大家有其他問題嘅話咧，亦都可以歡迎留言我哋嘅 comment box 啦，或者可以私信我哋啦，亦都可以咧直接聯絡我哋即係TQM 同事阿 Cherry 啦。其實佢嗰個 contact 都喺我哋嗰個 comment box 上面嘅，係啦。Thank you, Mark, today for like introducing some like so many like successful projects, especially the Lotus residence for us, and to introducing the strategic locations itself, and the TQM visions about the quality, and like the quality is everything. Yeah, for TQM to all the purchaser. Yep, thank you, Mark.
My pleasure.
Yep, thank you. Yep, okay, 係啊 ，okay, thank you。OK， 咁其實我哋啱啱咧，即係都同大家介紹咗其實呢幾個 project 同埋 Lotus 啦。咁其實我哋其實喺開場嗰時亦都講咗，其實我哋除咗 Lotus 之外，其實都仲有TQM 有其他嘅項目㗎。咁其實不如我哋請翻阿 Cherry 上嚟同我哋喺度介紹啦。Cherry，hello。
Hi.
Yep. Mark just introduced us like 4 projects, including Lotus, and we know that actually the TQM is also another like coming in projects. Is almost completed like earlier than Lotus. Maybe everyone can consider. So would you mind to like introduce for us?
No problem at all. Yes, we are very excited and proud of to announce we have another project to share with everyone. This one is in Enclave, which is not far away from Lotus, driving like 12 minutes. This project will be finished in 3 months or so. We have 1 bedder plus study, 2 bedder or 3 bedders in the complex. The ground floor is commercial. From level 1 to level 8 is residential. It close to train station, walking like 5 minutes. Shopping center is not far away. You can drive to either Rockdale Plaza or Westfield in Hurstville, which will take like around 10 to 15 minutes. Depends on the traffic. And also this one is very closer to very popular Sydney beach called Brenton La Sand. So in summer it's always popular with people. So if anyone think Lotus is too late for you, we recommend this project. And if you want to know more information, please feel free to contact me.
咁其實咧，啱啱咧，阿 Cherry 都同我哋去即係介紹咗一個新嘅項目啦。咁其實佢個名咧就叫 Ventura。咁啊，其實大家可能頭先都話其實如果 Lotus 咧，其實佢要去到即係2023年嘅 Q3先起好嘅話咧，其實有冇啲近啲嘅咧？係有嘅。咁呢一個咧其實就近好多啦。其實咧佢呢個咧就喺即係嚟緊嘅7月咧，其實就會起完啦。咁其實呢一個嘅 Ventura 咧，其實就都好近 Hurstville 嘅，亦都好近即係呢個嘅即係 Lotus Residence 啦。咁其實就算揸車去到 Hurstville 個 shopping centre 都係12分鐘到嘅啫。咁而當然啦 Archive 咧呢一個地方，即係呢個項目係 Archive 啦。咁 Archive 咧其實佢都係有火車站。咁呢個項目咧其實就係你都行5分鐘就去到火車站啦。咁所以其實佢即係其實佢都係嗰個即係都係喺 Sydney 南邊嘅附近啦。附近有 Archive 啦、Rockdale 啦、Hurstville 啦呢個幾樣嘢。咁所以其實都係好近即係都係呢一系列好近 CBD 嘅區咯。咁所以其實如果大家即係大家可能話即係想考慮有冇啲快啲有嘅項目，其實係有要大家考慮下。咁啊呢一個咧，其實佢都提供咧即係一房加書房啦、2房啦、3房啦嘅單位。咁啊而每一個單位咧，其實佢亦都係即係都係會 come with 一個嘅車位嘅。咁啊所以其實咧呢一個咧，其實即係如果大家有興趣嘅話咧，其實亦都可以咧，就同佢哋去即係同阿 Cherry 啦，可以問下 Cherry 佢即係佢呢個咁嘅項目嘅詳情啦。咁而 Cherry 嘅 contact 亦都係頭先都有提過啦。咁其實喺我哋個 comment box 嗰度。咁所以其實如果大家有興趣，可以直接去 WhatsApp 阿 Cherry 啦，或者可能係 email Cherry 都可以嘅。係啦，咁所以其實咧，即係今日我哋其實都同大家都講咗好幾個即係個項目啦。咁其實咧都希望可以俾大家做個參考，同埋就係喺個可能即係2022年而家一個即係新年嘅開始咧。其實大家如果真係有興趣去移民啦，或者係投資澳洲尤其是悉尼地區啦，其實大家可能都會大家個問題都會喺度諗就係會唔會係究竟買樓定係即係買 house 定係買 apartment 好咧？咁其實呢一個亦都可以即係大家都可以諗下，其實而家呢個趨勢。如果 house 即係 house， 如果大家買，即係大家可能都會選擇啦。但係如果 house 覺得太貴啦，做按揭真係好貴啦，咁我哋可能 apartment 亦都係可以即係考慮下，因為 apartment 其實即係如果當大家個需求越嚟越多嘅話咧，其實佢嗰個價值咧，其實頭先好似阿媽講，其實佢都會追得貼㗎，即係追得貼即係買 house 嗰個咯。咁所以希望即係大家即係希望睇完我哋今日嘅直播啦，做個參考啦。咁同埋我哋都好多謝阿 Cherry 今日同我哋上嚟啦 ，thank you Cherry for joining us and thank you Mark as well for joining our live streaming today and share us so many like information so as like for example the current Sydney like property markets and all those like successful projects for us. Yeah. 咁其實咧其實另外咧就係都頭先咪話其實可以聯絡即係聯絡阿 Cherry 噶嘛。咁其實咧而家亦都我哋咧都會 show 亦都可以聯絡透過去了解多啲 TQM 啦。咁呢度有 TQM 嗰個 website 啦，亦都係 Facebook page 啦、Instagram 啦，同埋 LinkedIn 其實亦都可以即係可以了解多啲 TQM 呢一個嘅即係發展商啦，因為其實可能即係大家可能會話啊，其實我未必太熟悉 TQM， 其實冇乜點聽過啦。其實唔緊要嘅，其實呢度其實亦都可以透過佢哋呢個即係幾多嗰啲即係社交媒體嘅平台啊，或者係佢嗰個 website 咧，亦都可以去了解多啲咯，係啦。咁 OK，咁今日咧其實就即係好多謝大家啦，咁多謝大家睇我哋呢一個直播啦。咁其實我都請翻阿 Mark 上嚟啦。So actually thank you Mark and Cherry for sharing so many information even today, and especially introduce us and all the successful projects, including the Lotus and the Ventura from TQM to us, and so we let our Hong Kong audience know more about the vision and the quality, the emphasis by TQM. Yep, and I hope that we will see you guys next time. Yep. Thank you.
Enjoy your
Thank
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. 係啦 ，thank you， 係啦。咁啊咧，其實咧，即係都即係多謝，都再多次多謝阿 Mark 同阿 Cherry 啦。咁啊，其實咧，即係大家都如果有興趣嘅話啦，咁其實亦都可以去喺我哋 comment box 度留言啦。咁啊，同埋咧，其實就嗰個同埋我哋可以即係私信我哋留言 juwai.asia 嗰個Facebook page 啦，咁同埋亦都可以聯絡翻阿 Cherry 啦。咁其實啱啱亦都有位即係現場觀眾咧，就問啊，其實頭先嗰個咧Ventura 究竟幾多錢咧？其實咧其實可以你可以我哋嗰個 comment box 裏邊咧，其實就會有阿 Cherry 佢嗰個 contact 啊，佢嗰個即係 WhatsApp 電話啦，或者同埋亦都佢個 email 啊，咁所以其實亦都可以咧聯絡翻佢，去問翻嗰個價錢咯，係啦。咁啊今日咧就即係非常多謝大家收睇我哋呢一個居外澳洲悉尼房產嗰個房產嗰個直播節目啦。咁啊希望可以下次咧可以咧再見到大家，係啦。我見到阿 Cherry 喎，係喎，不如我叫翻 Cherry 翻嚟先，係。Hello, Cherry.
Yeah.
Actually, I just we still in live streaming. Actually, we just got a live audience question about the Ventura in Archive, and audience would like to ask the price of that. Yeah.
For how many bedrooms?
Would you like to have a summary for us? How much for the 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, or 3 bedroom?
Yeah, okay, depends on the layout. So the price will be different. Start from Lotus. We have a studio start from 518,000 Australian dollar. 1 bedder now, because we sold a lot, so now 1 bedder you can look at 650,000. 2 bedder you look at 850,000. 3 bedder look at 1.16 Australian dollar.
So you mean a similar price with the Lotus?
I'm talking about Lotus. Okay. Ventura 1 bedder will be 585,000 plus car space and also storage cage in the basement. Yep. 2 bedder will be 760,000 and 3 bedder will be 1.16, 1.12. Yes.
Okay.
But this design is a little bit different, more spacious, and the balcony will be enclosed. So which you can, if you like, you can put your dining table on the balcony. Yeah, so you have a roof. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got a message from someone as well, so I'm really excited. I'll get back to this person, no problem today. Yeah.
OK， 係啦，咁我亦都同大家即係講下啦。咁其實啱啱咧就有現場觀眾咧就問究竟嗰個 Ventura 即係 Archive 呢個 project 究竟幾多錢，所以我即刻就拉翻阿 Cherry 翻嚟啦，即刻拉翻Cherry翻嚟就問下幾錢啦。咁其實咧咁其實就嗰個首先1房2房3房嘅，咁啊1房咧大概咧就係58.5萬啦澳紙。 咁啊兩房咧就76萬，咁啊三房咧就116即係116萬啦。咁啊所以咧其實咧亦都係有即係包車位嘅。咁一個好特色，啱啱啊 Cherry 同大家講咧，其實就係佢係一個 enclosed balcony。咁啊即係咧其實係咩咧？咁即係其實嗰個露台咧係有遮擋嘅，係啦，即係其實係有瓦遮頭嘅。咁啊即係 enclosed 咗嘅，即係其實一個封閉式，即係其實大家可以即係幻想下你個露台其實都好似成為咗你室內其中一部分嘅室內其中一部分嘅 area 啦。咁所以即係簡稱大啲。咁所以咧，其實如果大家有啲乜嘢嘅即係想其他嘅問題啊，或者可能係想知其他嘢咧，其實亦都可以咧去WhatsApp 阿 Cherry 啦 ，email Cherry 啦，因為其實阿 Cherry 嘅 contact 即喺個 comment box 上面嗰度㗎。咁所以其實咧都歡迎大家可以聯絡咯。係啦，咁我今次真係要完啦。OK，thank you Cherry。Yep，thank you。Yep，thank you Cherry，thank you。係啦，咁我哋咧就呢個直播就到即係時間有限啦，咁我哋咧都差唔多咁結束啦。咁其實你有啲咩都可以咧留言俾我哋啦，或者私信我哋啦，即係message inbox message 我哋 juwai.asia 啦。咁我哋其實咧都我哋亦都係好開心可以咧亦都好樂意咧幫大家咧去聯絡翻阿 Cherry 啊，或者係問佢多啲問題嘅，或者係其他唔同嘅海外房產資訊嘅問題。咁希望咧即係希望今日即係嘅資訊可以幫到大家啦。咁我哋下次再見，好，拜拜。